All right, good people. What's happening? In Quantum Merritt back with you guys. About to drop some good stuff tonight. Want to hit this UFC 310 review and breakdown. We're going to try something new over here, man. With the fight game. I know a lot of people want to learn more about, understanding how the fight game works in regards to looking at boxing, UFC, different types of hand-to-hand combative arts and styles and systems or whatever have you. So I want to create a series specifically designed to go over these things. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to review in a second. We're going to go through UFC 310. We won't cover every single fight in there, but we're going to do a few of them. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to break this down into many different rounds or series. That's what I'm going to call it. Round one will be the first one, round two, et cetera, until we break down the entire UFC 310. And then we'll move on to some other UFC events, past, present, and future. We'll talk about fighters. We'll talk about the less known fighters, the guys who people don't know a whole lot about that are up and coming, that have the ability to do things that are not on the radar, who can contend for title fights, who has certain skill sets, who's climbing the ranks, all that good stuff. So we'll get on that. All right. All right, so here we go. Let's look at this. So let's go ahead and break this down. So let me know if you guys can see my screen here for a second. Give me a thumb up in the chat. Let me see. Give me 1 second. We're going to share this screen. Boom. All right. So let's what's up, Roll Master? There we go, baby. Hey, we're about to get into this road. So let's chop this down a little bit, man. Let's go over this fight and see what's what with it. All right. All right. So let's cover this. So as you guys can see, we got Moreno and Pantoja. Now this right here is a flyweight fight. Fair use, guys. Fair use for the UFC guys out there. Don't copyright strike me. Now you see these two guys, right? These are lighter guys. They're not that heavy. Okay. These guys, they're probably about 130 pounds or so. These guys are not very big. These guys are going to be some very tenacious guys. Okay. These dudes, the background on them, I don't know an entire amount about these lower tier fighters. Okay, so I'm going to let you know straight up. This is a impromptu or extemporaneous type of take on these fighters that we're going to be covering. Some of these guys I've not seen fight in person. I've seen a little bit on them, but not enough to say I'm an expert in their fighting style, their background, or whatever have you. All right. So we're going to just go over what we do see here. Okay. So as you can see, now these guys open right up into the clinch. All right, that's the first thing they do before one punch is even thrown. They clinch up and they run to the and it get one. My guy Pantoja gets driven into the gate. All right, so you see the thing about these fighters, man, they understand how to position themselves for dominance. That's number one. All right. So basically, the way a fight works, guys, is that two guys are going to be matched, evenly matched. You see people out there that say, I can fight and all this stuff. No, you can't, man. To be in a position, let's just say this, to even make it to the UFC, I don't think many people understand what that entails, to even get to that platform. Most of the UFC fighters that are on that platform didn't just wake up and sign up for the UFC. It's not that type of party where you could just walk in, sign up, and take a physical, and here you go. Here your gloves and your mouthpiece and your shorts. Hit the mat. It doesn't work like that. These guys have to actually go in and they have to train. Some of those guys have to actually fight their way up through the lesser known promotions, because there are a whole lot of promotions out there. All right. I mean, some of these promotions you've never heard of, and you probably will never hear of. They're little. All right. Roadmaster say you're going to leverage a leg sweep. Hey, Road, you know what, man? You can do that, but you better understand distance and strength, because if you're gonna tussle with a dude, right? If you're gonna grab up on a guy and try to wrestle him down with a sweep or a takedown, you can do that, but you got to have a lot of core strength to even engage in that type of exchange. Number one, all right, that's something that a lot of people actually just don't have, man. A lot of people don't have core strength to engage into a like a wrestling type of thing. Because what's going to happen is if you're going to leg sweep someone, you better understand judo very well, sambo. Those are arts where you can grab like sanda, like sanda, judo, sambo. Those are going to be arts. Some jujitsu, of course, but they don't require a lot of sweeps. Your sweeps and throws are going to come from more of a judo and a Japanese jiu-jitsu. Some, of course, Brazilian jiu-jitsu has a lot of takedowns and things like that in it. But understanding how to grapple with someone standing up, like a wrist pummeling and stuff like that, where you have to gain the overall leverage on somebody to be able and positioned to take them down via sweep. You definitely got to understand core strength and body positioning. Like you got it right here, body position, everything. Yeah. And you let them grab. You have to be able to direct and redirect energy and force, especially when you're standing up, because it's even harder to do when you're on the ground. All right. So that's how that particularly works when you see guys going ham when they're grabbing each other. So let's check this out. I slowed the video down so we can see every single strike. We can see every move. Okay. Fair use. Now, what your dude is doing here, he's trying to trap the inside. You see, he's throwing those inside leg kicks. Knees. But see, look at your guy on the gate. He's contorted his body to where his back is against the gate. But look at his lower body. Both of his legs are basically corkscrewed. He's pointing his knees practically west, and his torso is basically north and south, up and down, but he's contorted his legs to the side, so my guy Moreno can't strike the inside of his thigh with his knees, and it makes it difficult to throw knees on a guy when he has his body contorted like that, because all he has to do is just drop his shoulder. You see my guy has his shoulder dropped, right? And you see where his inside elbow is. So when my guy goes to throw that knee, all he has to do is just bend down and check the knee with his elbow. Bam. And what'll end up happening is if your guy throws powerful knee shots, he gonna poke that elbow out and boom, it's gonna hit you right above the kneecap and it's gonna dead the bottom half of your leg. It's terrible. Trust me. And see your boy, you see now, interesting. You see where he has his hand on the outside of the trap? Not the trap, I'm sorry, but the outside of his the exterior of his elbow, the top half of his elbow, he's pinning down that arm so your guy can't throw rib shots. So he's going to pin that arm to him. And then look at his right arm. He has it like draped over your guy's left shoulder so he can't use that as a weapon against him. So all your guy can do really is headbutt, which you can't do. And the only thing he can really do is use his legs, because those are the only targets that he has free. The only weapons that he has free to use. Now, the problem with that is he's so close where your legs are only affected from the knee. And see, your guy knows this, and he's positioned his body to where you can't do anything with the knees because of how he's standing. Now, if your guy was facing straight ahead, and let's say his feet were pointing towards the other guy, if they were toe to toe, more so, oh, he would have a field day with those knees. Man, he has groin strikes, abdomen strikes, inside knee, outside of the leg, outside of the thigh, outside of the quad, inside of the quad. I've seen dudes take toe stomps and all kinds of stuff, man. Guys are very creative in this combative fighting stuff, man. It's not the type of thing that you can just, throw something and not know where you're going. You have to understand where to apply your strikes and kicks and stuff. You got to know where to hit people in order to end the fight quicker, right? So you got to understand the elements of a fight. Now let's keep going. All right. So you see where your guy has that arm pent. Now your guy's trying to throw inside knees. You see that? But look at his legs. He got the arm pent, and he's got that. You see right there, my guy Petoya against the rope. I'm against the fence. He's got my guy's left arm pent where he can't even use that. And see, and he's got his hand. I'm gonna move it up. Now you see where his hand is? He's trapping that right arm. So your guy can't really throw clean shots. See, so this is going to become a battle of the strongest guy is what this is going to be. This is going to become a wrestling match right here because your guy can't use his limbs for striking. He's pretty much eradicated the ability to hit him from any position. Even the knee strikes aren't going to do anything because they're too close, and your guy has his legs turned. So all you're going to do is strike bone on bone, and that's going to mess you up. All right, so that ain't going to work. You see what your guy's doing? He's got the arm pent from behind the elbow. You see, now the reason why is because, see, right behind that, right behind the bottom, right behind the top of the elbow, he's pulling that arm towards him. He doesn't just have his arm just holding it. He's pulling it. So your guy can't retract his arm and then shoot it back out for a kidney punch or some type of rib punch. Okay, so all he's going to do is just pin this guy down to where he can't throw anything and be effective with his short level striking. This right here is what we call CQC, which means close quarters combat. That's what this is. So they're going to be throwing some inside shots and they're not going to be able to do it. So let's go in. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Boom. See, there's the one knee. All right. Fair use UFC. All right. You know what? Let's speed this up a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and run it from right about here. Okay, now. Let's go ahead and see what we got. Let's open this up a little bit. All right, here we go. Okay. Ro, can you see that, brother? Ro, did you say you was in Shotokan? Shotokan's a beast, man. It's a pretty good style. Karate. Rose said it cuddling. That's funny, Ro. You wild, man. Hey, now I saw this fight. These guys got really bloody, Ro. I mean, they were bleeding, man. They had both of them was just tore all up. They busted each other up after they decided to quit wrestling. They decided to go ahead and get to the real fight. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this up a little bit. So let's go ahead. Okay, now we're in round two. Now you see they busted all up, Ro. Look at that. They throwing haymakers and they boxing. See this? All right, so now, here's the thing. Okay, anybody can wrap up and grab each other. That's pretty simple to do. Now, to effectively wrap somebody and grab them, you got to understand distance and understand strength. Now, when you go here toe to toe, mano a mano, you better have a good fight game, man, because one good shot from somebody that's a little bit more skilled than you will knock you slam out. Straight up. They can injure you pretty badly if you don't know what the deal is. Now, let me share something with you guys. Look at these stances. I don't like this guy. I don't like Moreno's stance, man. He's hunched over like a caveman. I don't like guys that fight like that because it denotes that you're 60 to 65% front. Most of your weight is on your front foot when you're hunched over like that. And I'm gonna tell you something. Both of these guys are doing it. But the funny thing about that is they're not light on their feet. So if somebody comes in and let's say your guy, let's say if Pantoja throws an inside leg kick and hit him, all his weight's gonna fall forward, which now you're in a vulnerable position because your head and your face is right there. All you have to do is throw a flying knee or something, boom, he gets you out of there. They're standing flat-footed with all their weight hovered over their front knee. Look at this. Watch how they move around. Watch this. How slow they are. It's because all of their weight is on the front foot. So they got to keep constantly, look at this right here. See, you see this? Too much front foot weight right there. All right. Petoja, too much front foot. The guy has recovered a little bit, Moreno. He's kind of like balanced now. He's more of a, I want to say 55-45. But Petoja, man, he's too front loaded. See, and this is a problem. Because if it were me, I'd be throwing center line front kicks. Boom. Right there. Because he can't stop it. If Moreno wanted, he can throw skip in front kicks. And there's literally hardly nothing you can do to stop that kick. You just have to really move. Because if it hits you, it's gonna mess you up. So soften him up with some good jabs. I would just throw a bunch of jabs. If it were me in there, I would throw jab, 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 front kick, boom. And you don't want to go high kicks because right now, Moreno is sitting in a position to where if you throw the wrong front kick, the wrong high kick, if he manages to block it, he's right inside because he's already got his weight coming forward. So that means his power is coming forward as well. That's the only thing about that. And being the fact that he's about 3 feet away from him, his kicks, the wrong kicks would be round kicks in this position. You don't want to throw inside a round kick here, rear leg that is, from his right leg. If he throws a right leg round kick and your guy is so close, if he leans in, if he's able to stuff that kick, that's a takedown, that's an elbow to the face, that's a right cross. Petoja has everything right there. If he wants to actually take advantage of it, he can come right in, boom. So you got to be careful of the stance and the way this guy's moving. All right. Let's see what they got going on. What's up, Dom? There we go. See, look at your boy. See this? This is goofy right here, man. I don't understand that. See, look, you see that? See that right there will get you knocked out. You see how he leaned in? Look at this. Watch this. I want to watch this guy. Look at that. That's not smart at all, right? That's why his face looks like that. Look at his face. Look at his face. Man, it's like he stuck his face in a plate of ketchup. Literally. Look at how he's leaning in, man. You clearly shown that you're not fast enough to not get hit in the face because your face is all busted up. So why are you playing this game where you're leaning in and try to get the dude to do something? Now look at my guy, Petoja's hand. Look at his left hand. If he was fast, all you would have to do is step in and jab him. Pow! You hit him with enough of those stiff jabs to the face, man. Trust me, this leaning stuff will be over with. There'll be no more of that. This, I'm going to lean in and I'm going to see what you're about and I'm going to test your this, I'm going to test your speed. That's so stupid, man. So many fighters have gotten knocked out doing that. My son was playing UFC the other night and he was doing that kind of stuff and the dude revved up and round kicked him and knocked him out. I was dying laughing. I said, you can't be taunting people like this, man. This is really stupid. And look at his hands. You leaning down. Look where his hands are. He's not protected. Look at his legs and look at his hands. Look, I want to ask you something. His head is out past where his hands are, which are also out past where his legs are. His legs are locked. You see his legs are locked out? That's an easy way to get dropped. Okay, you can't get your face back fast enough for your hands to protect you if Guy's jab pops out there. If he throws a jab real quick and gauges that distance and hits him right square in that nose, that fight's over with. Because everybody knows when you get punched in the nose, your eyes flare up and water up and you can't see anything. All he has to do is land a nose shot. Pow! A hammer fist to the nose, that's a wrap, man. Look. His neck is exposed. All of this, his soft targets are exposed. Eyes, nose, throat, behind the ears, his neck. Everything. If this dude wanted to throw some kind of rear leg kick, it's going to be very difficult for boy to block it. Because if he throws one with all this exposure, he can hit him in a number of ways and mess him up. His legs are open. He can inside round kicks to the inside of the thigh. Tie kicks to the outside of the thigh. I mean, man, the palette of weaponry can be on full display, a full arsenal of attacks, and your boy don't even see it. I mean, he probably sees it, but his arrogance is getting the best of him. Now, here's the thing: he's got 1 minute and 19 seconds on the clock, and he's playing this stuff. And, oh boy, let's get back to it. Look at him. Look at him. Taunt. Now let's see. Now look. He raises his right hand, and then he tries to go for some type of shot with his left. Let's see if he lands it. Boop, and he missed. Did y'all see that? Did y'all see that? What up, Omar? Glad to see you up in here, my G. We talking about the fights, man. We're gonna be breaking down some of these UFC fights, some of these boxing matches, and all this stuff. I'm just dropping some game on how to understand distance when it comes to a brawl. Because most of these people, man, and understand something, guys, these two guys are professionals, okay? I really hate to see the arrogance of regular average Joe people that will watch this like a guy sitting at home with chili on his t-shirt with some Cheetos, drinking a Coke 45, talking about, yeah, I could get in there and fight better than that. But then you run into one of these guys at the gas station and you be like, yeah, man, I saw your last fight, man. You suck. You terrible. And dude just haul off and hit you with a round kick that you never saw coming. Look, man, please, guys, just I'm telling you, do not challenge real fighters in the street, man. It's just, if you see somebody that you get, these are not street fighters. These are both professional fighters. They understand everything about fighting. Now, one guy might get dominated. One guy might get knocked out. One guy may go home early. One guy may, be taking a dirt nap and wake up on the positions table in the back. That's possible. But what that means is that doesn't mean that on the street he wouldn't be effective with his training and system against an average Joe who was never trained. All right. So guys, be very careful out there. Don't run out there and and get clocked challenging people who actually know how to really fight, because these guys, they are very, very good fighters. Okay. To make it to the UFC, you have to be very good. Even if you rank number 332nd in the UFC, because they got a lot of fighters on their roster. That means he's 332nd best guy in an average fight on the street amongst everybody else walking around. So just remember that. Some people make mistake that. Okay, let's get back to it. So you saw your guy, right? Let's back up a second. Watch this. He points up. Hold up. Yeah, okay. Now watch this, guys. Now this is stupid stuff. Look, he missed. Look at him. Look how he's moving around. Points. Swing, miss. Now, what was the point of that? Now, let me tell you something, man. The only thing about this Patoya, see, Patoya is not a counter puncher. He's not like Floyd Mayweather. See, Floyd would have made him pay. You would have reached out to Floyd like that, he would have stuck you with that right hand. Pow! And you probably would have been waking up about 28 seconds from now with some smelling salts. See, some of these guys, the only thing about UFC fighting or mixed martial arts, they're not, a lot of these guys have some core discipline in some system, whether it's Muay Thai or boxing or wrestling or Greco or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, whatever it is. But the thing about it is they don't master any of the stuff that they're good at a lot of the stuff that they do in these fighting systems, but they might only master one or two of them, maybe three if they've trained long enough and they've had enough bouts. But that's the thing about MMA. You might be going, even though these guys are MMA, one guy may be a superior wrestler and one guy may be a superior boxer. So let's say the superior wrestler is this guy on the left and the superior boxer is this guy on the right. Well, what ends up happening is the guy on the left, he might come in and try some wrestling stuff that might work in WWE or the NCAA wrestling circuit. He might pop his hand out like that, but not understanding that this guy on the right is a trained boxer. That's his core system. And he counterpunches you from doing something stupid because his hands are much faster than yours. See, that's the thing about MMA that people really don't talk about. You just see a wide variety of different systems from each fighter, And it looks beautiful and it's very deadly and it's very, very effective. But these guys are anchored. Don't make no mistake about it. They're all anchored in their own system of fighting one way or the other. Okay? So that's why you're not seeing snappy reaction and stuff. Neither one of these guys can box. I can tell you straight up, their stance is all off. They're not boxers. I think these guys are just strikers. They just take the open shot when they can. And I think one of these guys is a pretty good wrestler or grappler. But outside of that, these guys, look at their hands. Boxers would never stand with their hands like this. Okay, so let's just get that straight. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's get back to this. See, they're trying to size each other up. All right. Okay, now did you see that punch by my guy in the yellow shorts, man? What was that? What was that? Like he was swatting a mosquito out of his face. Come on, bro. You can't do these things. Every motion has to make sense. Every punch has to make sense. Every time your hand moves from in front of your face, it better be with bad intentions or block. But you can't do this. The heck was that? What are you swinging at, man? All right, Dom. I mean, look at this dude, Ro. Tell me, Ro, if a guy swings to block you or swings back at you looking like that, what does that mean? I already know I have the advantage on that guy because the way he's going to try to block, he's going to throw that little, and I'm going to throw a round kick. As soon as his hand drops, round kick coming right. Look, I'll show you. Watch this. All right, my guy comes in, he does a step in, a dip, pow, round kick right there. My guy could have went left or right round kick. Now, what he's doing, your guy on the left, the black trunks, my guy Moreno, he's trying to use a dip technique from boxing, like a roll. He's trying to use a roll technique to come to the right to launch that right hand strike. But what he doesn't understand is distance. That's how I know he's not a boxer. He's trying to use boxing techniques, but he don't know how to apply them. See, watch what he does. He comes in, see that dip, that roll? Now watch, he's going to throw a wild haymaker, whoop, with his left. Now, look at my guy's hand right here in the yellow trunks, his left hand. If he understood distance, he could have stepped in right there and leveled my boy and put him on his back. Look at his stance. Look at his feet. Look at his hips. He can't even support his hips because his weight is not even up under him properly. Let's say my guy in the yellow did a front leg round kick to my guy's face after that miss with that left. That's a perfect opportunity to pop that round kick out and catch my guy on the left side of his face. Pow! Look at his hips and look at his knees and his legs. He's not standing under his hips. He's in a sitting position. So you know what happened? My guy would have lifted that left leg and cracked him, and he would have went right to the canvas. Pow! That fight would have been over. Or if he knew how to parry, he could have stepped in and hit him with a left hook and laid him out. Okay, there's so many ways to look at how these guys are fighting. But what does he do? He throw this weird block with his left hand. Watch. What the heck? Bro, you had a perfect opportunity to end that fight 107 in the second round. Could have ended that fight, but you let him off the hook. And then Moreno's stance. Look at how he's standing. Look at his weight. He's standing like an old man that's been standing in a lunch line for the last 25 minutes. He looked like he's looking for his walker. Look how he's standing. That's right, Ro. He has no balance, man. Look at it. He looks like he's about to have a seat. Man, I know y'all see those memes they be making where the dude get knocked out or something, and then they'll like put a little band under there where he's playing instruments or something, or he put a little go-kart he drive off. This dude looks like he's about to have a seat. All right, now both of their postures are messed up. These guys don't understand distance. They don't understand how to move. They don't understand how to angle and circle and get the leverage points. They don't get it. Watch. Look at this. That was a sorry jab. There you go with the face again. Now, that's just some piss poor punching, man. So I got to call this stuff out. See, when you throw a punch, look at this. What kind of stances? Look at your guy. Look at my guy Moreno on the left, man. What is this? You're not protecting yourself in any capacity standing like that. Look at, he's on the balls of his feet. He's leaning forward. A front kick to the face, he can't stop right now. If my guy wanted to kick him high with a front kick to the face, he could easily do it. Pantoja could easily end this fight. Pantoja's had a couple of opportunities to end this fight. He could have front kicked him right in the face right there. He could look at that body kick. Round kick to the rib cage. Pow. Inside round kick to the right leg would have made him fall as well. Look at all that open map. See, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, against a UFC fighter, he can get hurt. In the street, he might be able to get away with some of this stuff because guys in the street aren't trained for this type of fighting. They're not. Okay, but your guy on the left, he clearly either doesn't care about or doesn't respect the guy, Pantoja, on the right. Moreno doesn't respect Pantoja. You can tell how he's fighting. He's leaving his face open. He's punching and dropping his hands. His stances are all out of whack. His weight isn't distributed properly. He's not standing over his hips. I mean, this is a disaster waiting to happen. I don't even know who won this fight, but I know both of them busted up afterwards because I saw it. Let's keep going. Look at this. Look at this. Fighting like one of those dudes from the 20s. And look at your boy right here. Now, I know everyone on this live can see that open target that this dude literally can punch. He's only covering up his head. Okay, he's covering up his head. So what's available? You got low-level kicks. You got knees. You have body punches. Let's see what he does. Let's see the choice that he makes with one-on-one left on the clock in the second round. Let's see what happens. Miss. God almighty, man. Are you serious, man? You missed every punch, brother? You missed every punch, man? Every punch? You missed all those strikes. He gave you a litany of open targets, and you missed them all. Look at this. Hands down, hands down, hands down. Hands up. Now look at his right hand. Look at Pantoja's right hand. He has nothing but kidney blows open. Look at all of that. Now here's the thing. Check this out, guys. When you're covering your face like this from getting punched, what does that mean? That means you can't see what he's about to do. Advantage, Pantoja. This dude has a litany of knee strikes, kicks, throws. Now, here you go, Ro. This is the perfect time to sweep him. See, all you got to do in a situation, even if you don't want to strike him, okay, you can literally step in and throw one right hand kidney shot or a breadbasket punch with that right hand. He already has it cocked. Dude can't see what's coming because he's covering up. You got an uppercut right there you can hit him with. Now, as soon as you throw that rib shot, you step in with that right. See, what you got in the yellow, this is what I teach my students. What you're going to have to do, when the guy covers up like this, he's giving himself up, basically. Because he's helpless is what he's saying to you. I'm helpless. I can't protect myself. Please don't hit me in the face. Not the face. Not the face. Please don't hit the face. So what he's telling you is, I'm defenseless. When a guy covers up like that, you've seen kids on the playground when they want to get beaten, they cover up like that because they helpless. That's a helpless position when you cover up like that because you're leaving everything exposed. All your guy got to do, step in with the right and then throw that punch. Now, why did I say step in with that right foot? You see, his left leg, his left knee is pointing up towards him, right? What he has to do to get that, so you're not going to be able to land that punch with your left leg in the front because you got to go across your body. He's got to come all the way across his left knee to hit that guy. And you can't cover that distance before a guy can move out the way. That's why he didn't land any of those punches. So the way that your guy is bending down right here, he can see down on the ground. He sees that punch, but he can't see anything up top. Okay, so the fact that your guy's left knee is in front, his weight is centered on his front knee, and he's coming in with a right. See, that's the wrong punch to throw. You don't throw the right punch from your left knee unless you're closer, because you got to cover another 2.5 feet. See, he's got to cover 2 feet of distance with that punch. Look at that. That punch is about 1.5 feet, 2 feet away from that guy. You're not going to reach that before your guy will step back or cover up more or block it, because you can't cover that distance from there. What you got to do, you need to step forward with that right, then throw that kidney shot, and then Roadmaster, you take that right leg and then you sweep him from the inside. That's an inside sweep to his left leg, and then you thrust him down to the right. Okay, so that's a thrust. That's a thrust sweep. You grab, you torque him. You first step in, you kidney shot him. You get him to drop those hands. You clinch him. You take that right knee that's now in front. You lock it behind his left leg. Okay, you pull your right leg back. His left leg will come forward. Now he has no balance because he's standing in a position of like a TP. Is what we call it, the TP, like an A, like a capital A. That's what his stance will look like, a capital A. Now you don't have any balance when you're standing like that. You got to have your knees bent to have balance. You standing straight up like a TP or a capital A, a gust of wind can come through and blow you down, and you can't stand straight up. So if your boy was to step behind him and clip that leg and thrust him to the right and torque him, it's called a soto geri. That's what that's called, a soto geri. You grab him, you sweep that leg, and you thrust him to the opposite direction of where your leg is, or I'm sorry, the same direction of where your leg is, and you torque him to the right. He goes straight down to the mat. Or he could step in with the right, kidney shot him with the right, then take his left leg and step behind his left leg, and then toss like a hip toss and throw him down and land on top of him and have guard. That's another way you can do that. Okay, there's a million ways you can hit him from there, and then, like you said, Road, ground and pound from there. That's it. Once you get him down, you got elbows, and then you got your locks, of course, your Kimuras and all that good stuff. If you know how to apply them, you got your chokes and arm bars and all that good stuff. If you know how to apply a good arm bar, you can land that from pretty much any position. Now watch this. Miss. Look at that. Boom. My guy recovered. You see that? He had literally one good shot that he could have took. Watch. Cover up. There's your jab. You already now see, when you throw the jab, he can't tell what else is coming, because the only thing he's doing is he's worried about blocking the jab. He don't want to get punched in the face. So look what he does. He covers up. Although I think that jab kind of got through, but he covers up to the best of his ability. He can't see that right. This is the perfect time for him to step forward and deliver that kidney shot with his right hand, and then go for the takedown or the sweep. Easy peasy. Look, well, what does he do? You see where he threw that from? Watch where he throws that right from. Look at this. Okay, he throws the jab successfully, which was good. Okay, you get him to cover up with the jab so he can't see. But watch what knee is in front when he throws that right. See that? Did y'all see that? That left knee is in the front, which, look. You can't cover distance. He's got to jump switch and throw that right. Look. By the time he got there, look, he dropped his elbows and he blocked it, because he had too much distance between the point where he threw that jab and where he came in to throw that kidney shot. He never switched his stance. He's fighting from. He had to go across his body to throw that. You see that? The only punch that would have worked in that position, if he's going to keep that left leg there, what do y'all think the next punch should have been? A left uppercut or a left hook punch to the body, because that knee is already there. Look, watch this. All right, watch it go. Throw the jab. Pow. Now, the closest thing to that guy's body is the hand that's already there. All he's got to do is wind it back a teeny, I would say 6 inches, hit him in the ear, go down below. See, he can't block that hand now, because he can't block up and down with the left with this guy against this guy's left hand because he's already in position to throw a couple of serious strikes. He's got the hand has already met that side of the target. He doesn't have to go across his body. His power is coming forward because his left knee is pointing. His left knee is close. He could go on a left hand barrage, tearing up that tattoo on this guy's back. I'd be tearing that tattoo up. Elbows, inside elbows to the kidneys. Bow. He's got everything with the left side. But he doesn't understand you can't cover that distance with what he's going to do now. See that? Block. Now, guess what he's going to do? Your guy throwing the punch. You see that left hand? Now he's going to try to throw the left. And now that ain't going to work because guy's already in position to block. Look, block. You see that? That's a technique, the way the guy's protecting himself. We have a technique in Lotus like this. Basically, if the guy wanted, he could breach you. Okay, now here's how he can defend against this. You see where his hands are protecting his face and his head is crouched down? Now he's in a position of authority. Now he's regained the high ground because he's lower. His elbows are inside. See, if he throws an upper elbow or a cross elbow to Pantoja's head, it's a wrap. He's got look at his knees. Look at you guys standing straight up. After all that stuff he could have did and all those misses he just threw, look at his body position. He's standing straight up and down. You have no defense when you're standing straight up and down. You are sitting up. So you look at my guy here. He's crouched down. His knees are bent. Look, he can shoot that knee. He can even clench the back of my guy's neck. Look what his hands are right here. His hands are inside. Okay, if he understands how to fight for real, and you're close inside like this, you have way more options than the guy had before to try to attack you. He can literally reach up and clench the back of his neck like a Muay Thai fighter. His hands are already there. Guess what he got after the clinch? Knees, elbows, throws, takedowns, sweeps. He's got everything. He's got the whole bamboozle, man. Okay? Let's see what he does, though. Okay, he landed the left. See? Now, how did he land that left? Look at this. His hands were inside. And look where your guys' hands are. They're outside. If you find yourself in a position like this, people, where you breach a guy and you throw all these wild punches and they don't work, and you end up with your hands on the outside, the smartest thing to do is to retreat, back off. Don't try to stay in like this with this dude because he has the high ground. His weapons are look at his left hand. Look at my guy's left hand on the bottom. Kidney shot. Boom. If it were me, I wouldn't have went up top because everybody's first inclination is to protect their head. So when they see your shoulder blade move, they're going to go to protect the head because they're going to think you're trying to punch them in the face. And technically, 99% of the time, that's true. But I wouldn't have did that. You see this guy, Moreno's left hand. Moreno could have went down below. He's got all that open body. He could have threw 2 kidney shots, 2 rib shots, and then followed up with a left to the face. And then with a right to the face. And then a grapple, a clinch and a sweep. But see, he didn't do any of that. He just went straight for the punch, which is okay. He landed it. But the impact and the damage was nowhere near as what it could have been had he worked that guy's rib dinner a little, gave him a rib dinner. Look at this. And he hit him, but he grazed him. Both of their faces are messed up. Look at that. Hitting and backing off. Dropping your hands when you're throwing your left punch. I don't like this stance, man. You're not going to land anything with that. Look at that. Fight like cavemen. No discipline. The whole fight, he's leaning in and he's doing nothing with it. There you go, Rode. See, Rode, I'm saying, you take your inside hands and you push your hand, you push off. Exactly. You don't stand there in the clinch with this dude and he has an inside leverage on you and starts pounding you from the inside. What up, T-Money? T-Money in the chat. Hey, man, you got to get your hands, when your hands are outside, You gain leverage by pushing off and backing up. Rhodes, you got that right. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Back off. All right. I don't like the fact these guys fight like cavemen, boy. This is not good. You know how it's not good? Look at their faces. Both these dudes look like they've been bobbing for apples in a bucket of ketchup. Look at all that tomato soup on their face, man. Tomato soup everywhere. Look at that. Look at his face. Your face should not look like that in the second round of a fight. Man, let's keep going. These guys starting to make me mad. Oh, he landed the front kick. See? He landed the front kick. All right. Now let's talk about this for a second. Let's look at this, guys. How was he able to land that front kick? Let me tell you something. I do these kicks every day. Okay, I work my kicks. I'm a Taekwondo specialist by trade, second-degree black belt in Taekwondo. So kicking is what I do. All right. Now, he is in I want to say he's in a 60-40 stance, which means he has about 60%. I'm talking about Pantoja, Yellow Trunks. His most of his weight is on his back foot. He's got about 40% of his weight on his front foot. Okay. He's going to opt to go for the rear leg kick. Now, I wouldn't have did that because it throws you off balance if you miss because all of your weight is back there. Okay. Since most of his weight is on his back foot, and you can tell how his hips are aligned. You can see where his weight is. It's not front line. Your guy on the left, his weight is pretty much centered. He's about 50-50, 55-45. I would say 55 front leg, 45 back leg. This guy on the right, he's about, like I said, he's heavier on the back leg, 65-35. Now, the mistake he made that could have cost him is he threw a rear leg front kick with his right foot. The proper kick would have been a snap kick with the left leg because he can recover since his weight is on his back foot. So let's say he missed that kick with the left leg, he could easily set it down and then go to punches. If dude throws that front kick and lands that foot within 6 or 8 inches from dude's toes, he's got punching daylight galore right in front of him. He can go into all types of punches and strikes. He's got that. But the problem is he opts to kick from the right, which means that's pretty much all you got. And it's like firing a musket. It's a powerful kick. It's powerful, but you only get one shot. And then you got to try to load up again. And it's too late because by the time you load up, the dude on the other side is all on you. Now let's see what happens. Watch. I guarantee it's going to be what I say. Watch this now. And I have not seen this fight. I've seen the end of it. I didn't watch the entire fight. Watch this. Front kick. Rear leg. Boom. Okay, now look. He threw the kick. But look where your guy's at, though. I told you, it's firing that musket. You don't even, he's all out of sorts now. He on one foot, like he about to get the good foot, like James Brown. He got one foot in front of him, or behind him. One foot off the ground, one foot in the air. Now look at your guy. Look at Moreno. Look at that right hand. Where's your guy's protection on the left? He's not even looking at the right hand because he's shocked. He's like, dang, man, that front kick's supposed to knock you down or something. But it didn't do that. It's way too early to start throwing power kicks like that, especially when the guy's not showing a weakness in any of his areas. He's still going back and forth like a caveman. He's not worried about getting hit. He got hit, but it didn't do anything to him. He landed it, but look where you got. Look at this position. Hey, Rhodes, this is a perfect time to execute a punch and a sweep. Pow! Right cross to the face, or a right to the solar plexus, knock the wind out of him, sit him on his tail, choke him out. Done. Or look at this. Okay, so Moreno's left leg. You see how it's off the ground? His weight is more so off his back foot right now. He's not standing flat-footed on the ground. Okay, so that means he's riling up some power, which means that left leg of Moreno's, he can easily sweep him. He can sweep that left leg of Pantoja and put him on his back and ground and pound him. Okay, because he's got the leverage now. He's got the inside. See, Pantoja is bad about giving up his inside. He lets this guy continuously get inside of him. No pun intended. No Diddy. I had to say that, y'all. Oh, man. What's up, Matthew? Nah, I'm not an expert, man. I just understand if I've been fighting. I have 35 years of combat experience, combative fighting experience, brother. 35 years of actual fighting. So I know a little bit. I'm not an expert. I didn't fight Tyson or Roberto Duran. I fought Roberto Duran's son, though, back in the day in Junior Olympics. I fought Hector Camacho's son, too. So, yeah, Dom, I've been fighting for 30. I'm 45 now. Yeah, I started fighting when I was 10, man. I started competitively fighting in combative arts when I was 10 years old. I started in 1989, and I had my first bout in 1989 in boxing. And fought Golden Gloves for about 6 years. And I've fought a lot of fights, man. A lot of fights. So I know how to throw hands. It's my bread and butter. So, and I got, of course, from there, went into the other combative martial arts, Taekwondo, and then Lotus. And then now I just got my black belt in combat kickboxing. So I have 3 different black belts in 3 different systems and Golden Glove championships. So that's what my background is. So I understand how to break down these kinds of fights very easily. So Rode, you say it's easy to see it in slow motion. Okay, I'll slow it down. I'll slow it down for you, brother. Rode say he's bipolar in slow motion. Most people are. If you can actually fight and see punches coming in slow motion, man, dude, you're like an albatross, brother. You're something of a different world if you can slow down fights in real time and see them coming. I used to do that, but I'm so worried about what I'm going to do to the person that my defense is good. I have really good defense. But I'm always setting up my strikes. I'm using my mind. I'm making you think I'm gonna go here, pow, I go there, and stuff like that. I'm not fighting like these 2 dudes, that's for sure. Let me see. Let me appease my guy Rode. Let me slow it down for you, Rode. Let me go at half speed, brother. That good, Rode? All right, let's do this. Boom, boom. Okay, he landed a left hook. All right. Pop the jab out. Not bad. I don't like this. Fighting like 2 dudes at the wine, like 2 winos on side the liquor store or something. Look at it fight. I don't like the stances, man. I ain't feeling these stances, man. Fair use UFC. Fair use UFC. Fair use. Oh, he stuck him good that time. Let's see what we got here. All right. Pow. Okay, good. Good left. Oh, he countered him on that one. Okay. So that's the thing about jabs, guys. When somebody throw a jab, okay, everyone out there is not skilled at throwing jabs. Jab is an art in and of itself, throwing a jab. I tell y'all why. You have to learn how to throw the jab without telegraphing your shoulders, okay? If you throw a jab and someone sees your upper torso move, they're going to move too. Remember, action causes a reaction. Movement causes movement. Motion causes motion. If I'm standing across from a guy and I see his shoulders rear back, I know he's about to hit me. So either I'm going to cover up like a little girl, like a lot of these guys do, or I'm going to run, or I'm going to get out the way. I'm not going to stand there and let him pummel me. I'm going to move one way or the other. See, you have to understand how to throw a jab without telegraphing your shoulders. You got to be able to throw it straight. Here's a little tip for y'all. This is what I teach my kickboxing students at night, so on Mondays and Wednesdays. All right. So there's a reason why they invented brake lights. I use this analogy in class. I tell them this all the time. One kid was like, "What do you mean by that?" I said, brake lights. When you're, let's say it's 9 p.m. and you're riding behind somebody on the road, you can see the car. The streets have traffic lights and stuff like that. You have street lights on the road. But let's say his brake lights are on. If you riding behind him, if his brake lights didn't work and he hit the brakes, you're going to run right into the back of him because you can't gauge how he stopped. You can't see it. It's directly in front of you. So you got to be able to gauge motion. Okay. But you can't gauge motion from the guy. If he hits the brakes in front of you, you're going to run right into the back of him because you had no signal that he was going to stop. That's what your jab is supposed to be. Just like that. But most people telegraph their jabs, which is the opposite of what happens when you see brake lights. So what happens is, it's exactly what you see when you see brake lights. Most people do have a brake light indicator when they about to punch you. So if you're driving down the road and a guy hits his brakes, the brake lights come on and then you hit your brake lights. Motion causes motion, action causes reaction. So that's the way you got to think of it. You want to be that guy who driving a 1981 Cutlass who ain't got an inspection on his car in 29 years, that's got brake lights that don't work, and you riding behind him and hit the brake lights and he slow down, but you don't see it, you crash right into the back of him. That's the guy you want to be when you fight. You want to be that dude, the dude that can get a lick in on you and you don't even see it coming. You want to be the guy with no brake lights. All right? Be the guy with no brake lights. All right, Rod, I'll speed it back up, man. I was trying to make it easy on you, my brother. Let's go to 7.5. All right, let's go back to it, guys. Pow, jab, miss, counter. Okay, that's just a deflection. That's just a reaction to get you to move your hand. I don't like how look. Okay, I got to call this out. Look at this block. What is that, man? That's what a bear slap. We got to do better, man. If you're going to be a professional fighter, bro, you got to fight a professional fighter like a professional fighter, and you got to hit with professional strikes. You can't be doing this stuff, man. With that kind of stuff, a guy on the street just might knock you out blocking like that. Look at that, man. Man, I can't stand bad technique and precision. I just don't like it, man. When I see guys that are supposed to be trained and stuff like that, and they doing this, it makes all martial artists look bad. Look at poor technique. Look at this. Watch this block. What was that? Was that I don't know. Y'all tell me, man. Was that a swing or was that a block? I don't know. I can't tell, man. We all think it. Tell me in the chat, man. Is that a swing or is that a block? What is this? Oh my God, man. This really pisses me off. You got to set him up though. Now, Moreno knows how to see. Look at Moreno. He has a little bit of movement. He knows how to pop the hand out there and mess you up. Oh, see? Boom. There we go. Now we on the ground. All right. Check it out. Hold up. Let's go back to that round kick. I want y'all to see something now. When your boy decided to lift that leg up and throw that round kick, look at his body position and look where the distance was. He was way too close. The guy was able to cradle him like you do a lady when you're about to do some other things. That's how he grabbed him. He picked him up like he's picking up his lady. It don't supposed to go like that, man. You got to have more distance than that when you're throwing a kick. Kicks, you got to have distance. Knee strikes, elbows, you don't need distance. You need to be close quarters. But when you're throwing a round kick, front kick, you need distance to properly land that kick. Let's see what let's go back to that kick. Let's see what happens here. That's that weird rabbit punches. All right, look at that. Look, okay. Your kick turns into some kind of roundhouse knee. Look at this. That's man, you supposed to be about a foot back. You need to be about 12 inches behind that little blue diamond on the ground. You need to be behind that diamond, not on it or in front of it. You need to be behind the diamond. You see what that plus sign is? He need to be parallel with the ESPN plus sign. His feet need to be pointing towards that plus sign. That's where he need to be at to throw that kick. Because now this dude is able to come right in and scoop his quadricep and scoop his hamstring. You see where he's at? Look. That kick lands right in his elbow, inside of his elbow. You see this? All you got to do is wrap that up, pick you up like he about to take you across the threshold on your honeymoon and drop you in the sack. for the night. See that? Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. That's when the dudes say, this is when you know you'd have messed up. Look at this. He has no defense right now. None. Look at his toes on the ground. He on his tiptoe on one foot, like a ballerina. You toast, dude. He lucky. He did catch that slant roll. He said, did he? Hey, Dom, you see what I'm talking about? Look at this, man. You got your knee up in the air on your tippy toe. You have no possible way. Yeah, body slam. He gonna go right under dude and drop him on his neck. And see, this is what you don't want to do, man. You don't want to fight fights like this where you don't understand distance. Every fight has every fight has distance. Now the round about to be over, so he about to get saved. Look at that. Boom! Dropped him right on his neck. And he was able, let's see, to get half guard. Did he get? Nope. Okay. He's saved by that. Oh, man. He's saved by that round. He got lucky. That bell got him. Look at him. Oh, my God. His punches are sloppy. He didn't land anything. Hey, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. Let me just get past this. Okay. Let me say something about punches. I must address this, okay? If you throwing punches, right? If you miss a punch, okay? If you miss a punch, it takes so much of your energy, man. So much of your energy. It's almost like getting hit. If you throw a power strike and you miss 2 or 3, it takes a considerable amount of energy out of you when you miss. For real, for real. If you don't land a punch, whether you hit him in the stomach, the ribs, I don't care if you hit him in the ankles, you got to land that punch, man, because that energy has to be dissipated by the receiver. The moment you swing and you miss, that energy just goes into nowhere, and that takes your energy. So you have to, if you throw punches, make sure you land them. Don't throw wild punches. Make sure every punch counts. Every punch is as calculated as you can get it. You're not going to land 100% of your punches, but guess what? You can land a significant amount of your punches, and you can hit people where you need to hit them and not cause yourself more damage. Yeah, you're right, Rode. That pullback punch does cause, it takes a lot of energy when you yank it back. Because if you miss that sucker, that's about 30% of your energy gone. And the only way you can get it back, you gotta lock up and throw some punches to compensate for the ones you missed. That's the only way to re-energize, to regenerate what you did. Let's go back. Round 3, I'm sorry. All right, go to the clinch. Look at that defense. See, now look. See, you see what this dude, you see what Moreno does? Watch this. Okay, he couldn't slam him. He couldn't gain the leverage to lift him up, right? So when guys stymied the takedown attempt, he stuffed the takedown attempt. Patoya did. Watch what Moreno does now. Look where his hand goes. He understands distance. You see that? His left hand goes right across his thigh so he can't shoot that knee. See? He understands where to place his hands after a grab. See, he's going to protect his midsection. So he's going to stick it, he's going to go to the cross grab for protection and one across the abdomen. Okay? So that if the dude throws a knee, he can step in and sweep you and throw you to the right because his hand has the inside leverage with that right hand on his kidney area. You see that? Now watch this. As your guy, Pantoja is going to try to come closer, but he's not going to be effective with none of his knees, or if he tries it, because his hand is right there to gauge to block the strike. Watch. See that? See how he pinned the leg down? You can't throw that knee now. You really don't have anything you can do from this position but push off of him and break it off and then start over. Because if you continue to push this and Moreno has that inside leverage like that, you see where his right hand is. He could come in and try to clip your leg and sweep you down because he's got the leverage from the right. If he clips Pantoja's right knee, or right inside of his right calf, on the back side of his calf, with his right calf, and torques him to the left. Pantoja goes to the, he's gonna be drinking some of that Monster Energy drink right there. That's what's gonna happen. He gonna be sitting inside that can. For real. That's where he gonna be at. All it takes for him is to understand how to get that leverage and sweep him, and use that right hand to pull the Osotogari. That's all he needs for the Osotogari, is to get right behind that leg, torque him, and yank him down, and bam, he's right inside that Monster Energy drink can. That's where he's going. Let's see what happens though. All right, so see, you can't knee him because his elbow is across your right knee and his left knee is pinned down with his left hand. I think he might have kneed him in the gonads, man. That's what it looked like happened. Yeah, got kneed in the gonads. But he didn't do any damage to any part other than that. See this? All he has is a knee to the gonads. He can't even hit him in the ribs. Look at that. Oh my God, that's terrible. Yeah, you can't knee a guy in the gonads like that, man. Look at that. Oh man, that's dirty. Wow. Cashews. He cracking the man's cashews. That's messed up. All right, so let's see what happens here. Okay, don't give up your back, man. Oh, look at that. Dude has tomato soup everywhere now. Look at this. Tomato soup. All leaking tomato soup all over the guy's back. And look, Moreno, he had it better before he gave up his back. Like, you give up your back, man, like this, you can get slammed on your neck, man. You can get swept, slammed, elbow strikes to the back, elbow strikes everywhere, knee strikes to the hamstring. This ain't good. Suplex. Let's see how he gets out of this. I'm curious. Okay, he's using that fence for leverage. He's trying to front sweep him. Here it comes. Boom, there it is right there. So that's sweep. And now he's got you by the back. See this? When he hooks your, see, this is a sambo move right here, guys. Sambo, Russian sambo. Yeah, man, you're right, Ro. Throw it up there. He clanked. Throw them bowls, man. See, and that's the thing. I'm like, oh, heck no. Hey, he has him in a sambo move right now. Sambo. And what happens in this is he can see how he has that right leg draped over dude's right thigh. You can't move the right side of your body when that happens because he has all the leverage. He has your hips. You see that right hip of Moreno's is disengaged. You have no use of your right hip with this lock. This is a leg lock. Basically, it pins down your ability to move your right hip. So all he's got to do is torque to the right and fall backwards and slam you. And there's nothing you can do about it because you gave up the leverage when you put your back to him. When you give up your back, anything can happen from back there, man. No diddy. Seriously. So when he falls, watch this. He's going to torque, and fall back. Boom. Now he has you from behind. Now, if he was smart enough, he's going for that choke. There's a rear naked choke. And he's got that leg pent. Don't let him get it. Look at that, dude. Hey, the best you can do is squirm like a fish, boy. Okay, good defense. Good defense. See why you got him down there. Now, what you want to do here, all right, guys. See what you want to do here. You want to go into a litany of strikes to the midsection because you got to get him to lower those hands. Trying to wrestle with his arms to gain the upper hand. Now it's mano a mano. He might be stronger than you. He might have more stamina than you. That's not a wise thing to do. You got to go to striking now. Because see, here's the reason why. Moreno he can't defend himself from behind like that. All those elbows and left hand punches that you got your free hand right there, Patoya, you can rain down hakaroos, hammer fist. It's easy to start throwing hammer fist to his solar plexus right there. To start throwing hammer fist to his chest. Boom, boom, boom. And then what's going to happen is, obviously, Moreno's going to have to protect from that. He's going to drop his hands to protect from those strikes. He ain't going to keep his hand behind his head like that, like he's about to take a nap. He ain't doing none of that with those hammer fists hitting him in his midsection, cracking his rib cage open. He's going to bring that hand down or try to fight you off, make him focus about the strikes so you can move his hand and you can snake it behind him for a choke. See, Pantoja's right hand is in prime position to snake for a choke. But your boy got his hand on that hand because he's not worried about anything else. So you got to force him to worry about other areas of his body and not just the neck. Which means you start throwing hakaroos, chops, strikes to the kidney. You have the leverage because you have his hips pinned down, so he can't get up. So all you got to do now is just start throwing kidney shots, rib shots, chest shots, solar plexus shots with that left hand. And then what'll happen is Moreno's left hand will have to drop down to help. He might fight back a little bit, but he's going to eventually have to help himself by protecting from those shots because they're going to start to hurt. And as soon as his hand is there and he's thinking about protecting that shot, now his neck is open for the right hand to snake around and choke him. That's how you do that. Let's keep going. Let's see what happens. Why is he not striking this guy? You're trying to wrestle with him. He ain't going to just give you his neck. That ain't going to work. That ain't going to work. Look at this. All it takes is him to get tired for that choke to go. But he has his arm. See, he has his arm inside of where the guy's choke would be. And you can't choke anybody when his arm is inside. That's the thing about that. He's going to protect from that choke. And he has a little bit of leverage because his toes are on the fence. Okay? Now he can push off. See, his hips are now disengaged on the bottom because Guy has leverage on the top with his hips. So now he can just push on that gate with his feet to gain the upper hand to control the bottom guy's hips. It's all about hips. The guy on the top, his hips is going to be stronger now that he can use that gate. That's another thing. So let's see if he's able to get out of this this backside grab. So he's got the leverage with his hips on that gate, right? You can't choke him out because he's not giving up his neck. You sitting there trying to fight. Look, now he got his hands inside. That choke is finished. You can't choke him now. Look at this. Now you can't choke him. Yeah, you can't strike him. You can't do nothing from down there, man. You can't even get the choke. That's why I was saying. See, while he had a guy on his right hand side, the best thing to do was to just start striking him in his sternum and in his side with his left hand, because you're going to force dude to have to defend against that. Now when he's thinking about defending, then you snake the right hand up under there for the choke. But you ain't gonna be able to just wrestling for his right hand for his neck, because no one. That's the man. People are so strong when it comes to defending what will kill them or take them out. You'd be surprised how superhuman people can be when they're guarding their neck, their eyes, their groin. For the most part, they're gonna become superhuman when it's time to protect that stuff. And anything you try to do will get stuck. You're not going to be able to easily grab his neck. You're not going to be able to grab his groin. You're not going to be able to hit him in his eyes that easily. You're going to have to redirect his mindset and redirect his focus. And you do that by striking the abdomen, striking the ribs, the kidneys, striking anything on his torso. That will soften him up like butter in the microwave. And then you can apply the anaconda rear naked choke. Boom. That's how you do that. So let's see what he does. I'm curious. There you go, Road Master. Now you can't fight when that solar, man. Somebody hit you in your solar plexus, man. That fight's gonna be over. Look. He's got an open hand to do it too, and he's not doing it. Look at that. He goes to the head. Look at this dude, man. This Pantoja is really pissing me off. Look at that. Open hand. You trying to pin the guy's arm down. Look at that. You could have been striking that solar plexus with a hammer fist, and you go to the head where he's expecting you to hit. Now look. Now he goes to half guard. See that? Now, how in God's name did you let this guy go from this to this? That's sad, man. Look at that. You got the guy where you want him right here. Look, hammer fist. That solar plexus is wide open. Wide open. Wide open. And look, even worse, you controlling his right hand with your left arm. You got that right hand clamped down with your left hand. He can't even block with the right hand from that solar plexus. And your right hand is free. Why not hammer fist him? Look, you got hammer fist, hammer fist, hammer fist, hammer fist, elbow, hammer fist, elbow to the rib cage, elbow to the side, hammer fist to the solar plexus. Boom, boom, boom. And next thing you know, that left hand is going to come down of Pantoja to reduce the impact. Try to block that solar plexus a little bit. Now your left hand, now you have no protection to get choked out. That's how you do it. Why, oh why, is he doing it this way? And he ends up like this. How did that dude get half guard on him? Oh my God. This guy's really making me mad. Wow. Never seen anything like it. And then you just stand back up. Hey, man, I'm going to go ahead and drop a link if y'all want to come on here and talk about this, man. We can talk about it a little bit in person. I'll put a link in the chat, man. If y'all want to jump up on here, come on up on here, man. We can talk about it a little bit. If y'all want to come on and talk about what y'all see, link in the chat, man. Come on up here. Let's rap a little bit if y'all want to talk. Otherwise, I'm going to keep it going. Rose say you ready to go in the blue crab boil. Oh my God, man. This is hilarious, bro. Hold up, man. Wow, this is funny. Man, these dudes fight like I ain't never seen anything like it. Fair use, UFC, fair use. Don't clip me. Oh man, that front kick, man. Look at this. Oh, he throws the left round kick. Okay. All right. Now, if you're going to throw it now, is the best time to throw it. You couldn't throw it in the previous round or two. Now, he's yeah, that hurt. Let's see where he throws it from. Boom. Wasn't that strong. That left hand staggered him a little bit. Pow. These dudes tired, man. They both getting hit. Good takedown defense. That's how you stuff the takedown. Get those hips back. Yeah, you can't throw them from there, my G. Nah, takedown defense. Get those hips back. So let me tell y'all something about the takedown defense. When a guy goes to shoot in on you, try to grab you and scoop you, try to grab you and lift you up off the ground, this takes practice. Okay, you got to be taught how to do this, by the way. You can't just, some people can naturally do it in the street. You know, they understand how not to give up leverage. But if you learn how to do this the right way, you can not only defend yourself from not giving up the leverage, you can also counter with on ground kicks and stuff. You can go on the ground, you roll, you can throw side kicks on the ground with your protection up. It's a lot of stuff you can do once you understand how to stuff the takedown defense, okay? But you got to get those hips back. Now watch what he does. See those hips? Watch, he takes this hop. And watch how he lands. He lands with his shoulders coming forward and his hips going backward. Look, boom. See that? That's how you stuff a takedown. Okay? You can't take somebody down if they fall forward and they step their hips backwards. All right, Dom, you rolling, man? We'll catch up with you, my brother. Hey, have a good night, bro. Appreciate you for stopping in, man. Appreciate you. All right, Rode. Let's get back to it. All right. Oh, he almost had full guard. It was close. Give him half guard. Okay. Dude's just shrimping. He's shrimping. He's using shrimping technique to try to get out. He's going to put both of his heels inside the dude's pelvis area and push off. That's called okay. He's got an arm bar. Uh-oh. He's trying to strip his way out, but it's not working. Oh, he's out. He's out. Watch out, boy. Half guard. Pin the left leg. He's throwing elbows. Smart. These dudes are busted up, Rode. Wow. All right, Rode. Hey, be good, man. We'll catch you later, my brother. Have a good night, man. We'll get with you tomorrow on the other lives. Appreciate you pulling up, Rode. As always, G. Let's see here, everybody. Let's see what we got. All right, so they're going to go with it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let's do this. Let's move this forward, okay? We got the gist of how these guys fight. We understand what's going on. I want to see how they ended this thing. Let's go to round 5, and let's kind of go to how they ended it. I got to see how he mounted that. That's crazy. Oh, he climbed. Hey, y'all remember Bloodsport? The Frank Dux story with Jean-Claude Van Damme. Y'all remember that scene with the monkey man that was fighting that big Samoan dude, the big Japanese sumo wrestler? You remember when the little monkey man climbed up on him and started chopping him in the head? That's kind of what that just reminded me of. The monkey man. Well, let's see what happened. I want to see how they got to this. Uh-oh. Mount. Oh, that's how he did it. Still ain't got no leverage, though. Nope. No leverage. No leverage. Let's see if we can shake this dude off his back. Man, Moreno's a tough dude, boy. He's standing in the eye of the hurricane with that choke. Oh man, Moreno is just grabbing all of his limbs and stuffing him. Probably just holding there till the round is over. Let's see what happens. Nope, still up there. Fight's over now. I want to see who wins this fight. So let's see who wins this fight, everybody. Let's see what happens. I'm curious as a mother. Let's see who pulled this one out. Moreno thinks he won. Oh man. And this guy thinks that he won. Yeah, these guys need a whole lot of work. They need to learn conceptual fighting. Yeah, Moreno dominated that fight. That's his to win. Here's to lose, and I don't think he's going to. Dominate him by points. Here we go. All right. In a minute now. Come on, man. Oh, you got to be kidding me, man. What? He won? Pantoja won? How? Oh, man. Oh, man. I didn't see that coming. I thought he was going to lose, man. Literally. Let me see. Yeah, I thought he was going to win. I thought he was going to win that fight, bro. Wow. Dang. I didn't see that coming. He's had a couple of knockouts somewhere around the line. All right. So that's pretty much how that fight ended. I'm kind of surprised if dude won. I can't believe he won that fight. The way that he fought that man, I was like, wow. I didn't get that at all. Let's go to this next one right fast. Kind of get an idea of what this fight looked like. All right. So we got Neal and Rakhmonov. Okay. Rakhmonov and Neal. Rakhmonov is ranked number 9, and Neal is ranked number 7. These are pretty good fighters, guys. These aren't scrubs, okay? They're not scrubs. They're not ranked number 1 or number 2 contenders or anything like that against the title, against the champions. But ranked top 10 ain't bad at all. That's pretty good to be ranked top 10. So got Neal in the gray trunks, Rakhmonov in the blue trunks. Okay, let's see how this starts off, and let's kind of break down these fighters to see what they got, who they are, how good they are, what they look like. Let's take a look. All right, they both come from nice boxing stances. I like them. The boxing stances look pretty good. Good movement. Very good movement. Looks like Rakhmonov loves to close the distance. He loves to kind of hunt you down. He loves to be the advancement guy. He loves to advance on you. That's dangerous when you're dealing with a guy like Neal. Look at that. Look at that block. He opens up with a round kick to the head. But what does Neal do? He puts up that quarter block. Boom. You ain't getting that kick in. Look at that. Bam. No impact. Okay. If Neal was fast enough, he could have grabbed that, rushed in, and swept dude's right leg and put him on the ground and started ground and pounding him if he wants to. But I think somewhere he wants to make this a real competitive fight. I think he's trying to make this into a competitive fight. Look, he just brushed him and rushed him with his hands down. I think he could have actually landed that. Let's see. Bunch of clinching. Good takedown defense both ways. Bunch of knees. Up against the gate for leverage. Let's see if Neal can work his way out of that. Yeah, he did. Okay. Up against the gate. I need to see more. Get off that gate. Outside leg kick didn't land. Okay. So Rakhmonov has longer arms and longer legs. We clearly see he's taller. But Neal is not afraid of dude's assault and what his weaponry looks like. He's not afraid. He's not phased at all. Neal's like, I'm coming to get that. You might he's waiting on you to make a bad move so he can come in and punch and just lay you out. That's what he's waiting on. Let's see what happens. He's gonna back up. And he missed. And he missed again. All right, Rakhmonov, gonna get hurt. Boom, boom, look at that. Easy 1-2. Yeah, Your boy Neil is light on his feet. He understands how to fight. He understands distance and defense. Look at him slipping punches. Look at that. Boom, boom. Neil knows how to move out the way. He knows how to block. He knows how to move. Try the inside leg takedown. Neil stuffed it. See, this is what I was talking about on that last fight. See, Neil understands more of this. He's probably more experienced if he's ranked number 7. So, you know, he would know more about positioning, body positioning of how to fight than most people would. Because he's had to fight all the way up to the 7th ranked spot. So he's had some pretty good bouts. You can tell. Let's see. All right. Pretty much gauging each other at the moment. Boom! He landed the head kick, but his leg got caught. Landed the round, overhand right. Boom. All right, let me just call this out. All right, so these guys basically understand how to box to a degree. Their hands aren't that fast, but they do understand body mechanics. They understand what a boxer looks like and how a boxer actually moves, but they don't have the skill set to apply that because they're not experts in boxing. So it's hard to apply a skill set of something that you are not an expert in. Very difficult. You can try, but it's probably gonna look shoddy. I'm just being real. Let's see what these guys keep doing here. Good boxing stances. Good boxing. Look at the boxing. Look at the boxing. Oh, you missed that one, G. Look at that. Neil understands how to move his feet and how to reposition his body weight from side to side, from backwards to frontwards. He understands that. Rakhmonov uses his legs and his arms as a weapon. He uses it to keep you back so that you won't rush in on him. He hits you with some stiff jabs. There's not much you can do about it if he pops them out fast enough. And that's what he's going to be good at. Nope, that's not going to work. Legs are too long, Rakhmonov. Interesting. All right, so look, boom, boom, boom. He comes in, throws a series of straight rights and crosses and jabs. Oh, he landed that kick. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. He sell you on just punches. Oh, he gonna punch, punch, punch. Okay, he did it last time. Punch, punch, punch. Wham! Rear leg round kick with the right leg. Can knock you slam out, by the way. Let's see where he got him at. Fakes. How he didn't see that leg going up there, I don't even know. You're looking right at it. Come on, Neil. You looking right at the left leg. I'm at the right leg, man. You don't see him about to lift it up and crack your head? Look at this. Boom. Clean. He landed it clean, too. He bounced that. Hey, what Conor McGregor say? I bounced shin bone off of head bone or whatever he calls it. That's exactly what just happened. He bounced that shin right off Neil's face. All he can do is hold his ear. Dang. That's messed up. Let's go ahead and get on through this fight. Let's speed this one up a little bit. All right. Yeah, a bunch of cage tussling. Oh, missed that one. Rakhmonov. He's using the knees. Pop. Got popped inside of the head. Rachmaninoff is easy. He's tough. He likes to keep coming at you. You got to land a real good strike on Rachmaninoff. Or Rachmaninoff, sorry. You got to really work hard. Oh, look at the defense. Oh, snap. Good defense. Good head movement. Neil get knocked out because his movement is too slow from those punches and kicks. I've seen him get rocked with 3-round kicks and a whole litany of punches. He doesn't understand how to protect himself. I mean, look how I just throw it and leave it hanging. He throws his right, just leaves it hanging. His crosses and leaves it hanging. Look at that. All right, so nah, that ain't gonna work, brother. You can't throw a rear leg front kick and you don't look at the target. That's impossible. You're never gonna land that kick. Forget about it. Yeah. Okay. So let's just skip to the end of this fight and see who actually pulled this one off. I ain't gonna waste some more of y'all's time on this one because this apparently was a pretty good fight. Cause I ain't got nobody pulling up in the chat, pulling up on the panel to talk this through with me for a second. Let's see where we at. Yeah, he landed some stuff. Look at your boy's face, man. Yeah, his face all busted up too. Yeah, Rachmaninoff was landing some punches on him. Some punches and kicks. I don't think Neil seen it coming. Yep, fight's over. So here we go. He was able to come in and set old boy down. Neil did something stupid somewhere. Did he get choked out? Let's see what happened. Yep, standing rear naked choke. Guillotined him. Yeah. And he started torquing on your neck like he's trying to pop a pimple. Yeah, Neil. Neil, man. Neil just didn't move as good as he should have. He should have been lighter on his feet. That dude was able to stand over there and tee off on his face, man. Look at him. He all messed up over there in the corner. That choke put him down. That's how it is in the UFC, man. That choke got him. That rear naked choke. Sit down and take a nap. He landed a good right hand cross. Right hook punch on that one, though. But look at bam. Straight right. Sent him all the way back. Jacob. Boom. Yeah, he ain't ready to get tested. He get hit in the face. He starts falling all the way back like that. Oh, that knee. Boom. Then he gave up his back. And that's where it went down, right there. And he's blocking the takedown attempt. And he revving back. He locked that leg and revved back when you can't throw him or sweep him. Because if he would have moved fast enough, he would have been able to step in front and then hip throw him. But he allowed dude to get behind him and lock the leg around his leg that he could have been using as leverage to throw him. See, and that's where it went wrong. Wow. You got choked out with a standing choke. That's just not good, man. Dang. That standing choke got him. Oh, man. Oh, man, that standing choke put him down. That's messed up when you get choked out with that thing. Oh, well, it happens. Let's see who we got next coming up on the card. Fair use, YouTube. Fair use, UFC. Fair use, fair use. Don't come after me and hit me with a copyright strike. We're just reviewing. All right, so that right there would be Gary and Song. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We reviewed 2 fights pretty well, and we're gonna start here the next round on the next video. We'll do this round, and then we'll do a couple other rounds after that. These UFC fights are long, man. These things take forever. So we'll actually come in and we'll review these next few fights on the next live. I didn't want to keep y'all here all night long. We've been in for an hour and about 40 minutes, 41, which is good. So we'll come back and we'll do round 2, and we'll pick up right here with Gary and Song coming in. We'll see how these guys are able to, put together a good fight. So, everybody, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. This is your boy Anquan Merritt. Like, share, and subscribe to content. Move it around. Tell people where we at, what we got going on. Share this with somebody. Let them see it. Let's see if we're able to get some traction on this, man. This is a very good series I wanted to start. And I want this to morph or mushroom into a longer series. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's what. But in the meantime, everybody, this is your boy Anquan Merritt. Going to go ahead and get up off of here. All right. It's been a pleasure with you guys. I appreciate y'all for pulling up and listening and getting into some of the stuff. So let's go ahead and back up out of here. And we out. Peace.